Yo, 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 what is going on, COD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today I have a TLDR highlight version of our massive update video we did yesterday to the V1.0.20 Zero Hearts of Ice update that is coming out on November 15th, where we did a full review of the patch notes, and that was about 40 minutes plus. This I'm hoping is going to be about 5 minutes or less, where I'm going to show you a Word doc that we made an outline, essentially mimicking the patch notes here, but we did it in a condensed way, and we also color-coded what I feel is the most important, or maybe the most impactful standout features or changes that are going to be hitting in this upcoming update. Also, we'll have a link to that Word doc that we're going to show you here in a moment in the description/pinned comment down below. So, with that being said, let us get to it. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so again, you can read through all this if you want. I'm not going to go through everything. I'm mainly going to focus on the lines that are purple because to me, those are the ones I felt, as I mentioned before, that I think are a little bit more standoutish for this version update, along with a blue color that we're going to get to that here in a moment. So, we know that the update's coming out on the 15th. The 2 here for Season 2 Plus Hearts of Ice is coming. I felt that the spires are defensive structures and can launch attacks within a range, right? These are what we feel is probably going to be static defensive structures that are going to be on the map, and maybe you capture them or you have to control them or attack them in some way, and then once you do control them, they will launch attacks within a specific radius or range. Then we have can build turrets and will auto-attack within range. So these are going to be those on-field structures that we talked about before, similar to your barricades and keeps, except these ones will actually be able to be built, and then they'll attack others within that radius. Next one, we have 2 new legendary heroes, Skogo Goresh, Infantry PvP Tank, Infantry PvP Control. We have a new Beast / really War Pet, right? A War Pet is the Beast, and this is Nightrock. You can also capture this one as well. The next big one I thought was massive here in the update is that Dragon Trail no longer grants prestige. Instead, you have, and I probably should have colored this purple as well, is that prestige is now gained from Darklings, Dark Creatures, Donating Alliance Tech, Merit Store Purchasable, Forts, and Season Stories. So I think that's 6, right? No, that's 7. Darklings, Dark Creatures, Donating Alliance Tech. No, it is 6. Okay, good, I can count. Next one is from the War Pet section. After Strongest War Pet Argostone, higher level War Pets will spawn. Spawns will increase. I thought that was really important because that was one of the biggest pieces of feedback from previous updates after War Pets came out, is that they just weren't enough high levels that were spawning. And you could maybe make an argument for some of the EXP on levels 53 through 60 being easier, but I thought this was probably the biggest one out of the group. PvE improvements. No more PvP experience gates to level heroes, reverting to original system. This means that they're removing that PvP gated, where if you want to get from 50 to 60, you have to go and do PvP to basically gain EXP. Now they're reverting it back to how it originally was, which you can just use leveling and attack and do PvE to level your heroes per, once again, the original system. Next one, multiple players can earn full individual EXP when PvE group hunting instead of the previously shared or current shared EXP. What this means is that you can go out and hunt in a group of 5, 10, 15, 20 people, and you could all attack and go hunt for the highest level, Darklings, creatures, etc., and you'll be able to stay out there longer because you'll have more damage with you attacking these PvE units at the same time, and you'll get full EXP for everyone involved. That is massive. So I can't wait to see that, and if we do get any PvE hunting groups after the 15th, let me know because I'd love to record it. Then we get Season Stories grants large amounts of prestige. That is massive because this is another way that if you are more on the free-to-play light spend side that we often refer to, is that it is a little bit more friendly in that regard, even though, of course, it applies to everyone. Rallied Army improvements. Rallied armies will now counterattack legions when being attacked, but will not AoE. This means that they'll counterattack the individual legion. I probably should say that. We'll say individual, I think I spelled that right. Individual legions when being attacked, but they won't AoE damage others that are around them. And then, of course, once that unit either retreats or if it dies, then the rallied army will continue. This is a massive and I think a great update that a lot of people have been calling for. Then we get the next one here, which is Alliance keeps are no longer counted as strongholds. The reason I have this in blue is because I'm still waiting to hear back. I reached out to COD CS to ask them if this, like, what the main impact here. Does this allow for strongholds or for keeps to now be rallied? Or what type of change is that? I just haven't heard back yet. Or if there's another type of impact. And now, if you're someone who knows what that is, and maybe I'm just having a big brain fart here and missing that, let me know in the comments below. Next one, we have 5 Season 2 True Zone. No combat zone added to Season 2 map. Can leave Balaron and move there. So they've added this True Zone from Season 2, most likely will be in Season 2 Plus and most likely the future seasons, where you can either, now when they say move, I'm assuming that means you'll be able to leave the Balaron map and maybe go to a dedicated non-combat zone. Who knows if that will be something where it'll have resources or if there will be behemoths there, or if it's just for you to sit there and not do anything and wait to the end of the season like you basically got sent to prison camp. I mean, I don't know, or the corner, if you will. So that will be interesting to see. But it is massive. Because then it makes you wonder, are they going to open up the starting zones at a certain point in time and allow players to go in there to where they can go hit anyone and everyone? And if they don't, then what's the need for the True Zone, right? So it is, unless people in your home starting region are just there, they went in there early in the beginning and then they just eventually start attacking people because they have access to it already. So, I mean, we'll have to see how that plays out. Reduce troll spawn rates and increase beast war pet spawn rate, right? So I thought that was a big one there. Search feature improvements. Added search filter for treasure guard rarity levels, right? So you can find those that you can then go ahead and get those dark chests from, I think is what they're called, now that I'm drawing somewhat of a mental blank, but I thought this was a really nice add. Then we get to 6, and see I'm already over 5 minutes. Season 2 reset adjustments. If hero is less than level 30, if you're at level 30 or less, the level will not change. If your hero is above level 30, it will reset to 30, right? That's going into the Season 2, and I would imagine beyond. Artifact levels will not reset, and arcane dust not scrapped. Great change coming, I think, right after them testing the resets. Dragon Trail will not reset. More stages added as the season progresses, right, going from Season 2 and beyond. Again, I like this change. I'm happy to see how this is going to play out. Higher level enemies. After Season 2 starts, higher level Darklings, Dark Creatures, Forts will spawn. That, to me, I think is a win. Other improvements. RSS production buff policies removed and healing cost reduction policies added. I, for one, liked the RSS production buff policies, but if the healing cost reduction policies are being added, then hopefully that just means that players will be able to get back out there and fight more, which means that PvP battles will sustain longer. If it ends up working out that way, I take that as a win. Alliance leaders can, so this is one of the other massive ones. Alliance leaders can select their alliance's affiliated region where all members can be locked into going and not disbanded. Right, so where basically if your alliance leader pre-selects the affiliated region that they want all of your alliance members to go to, let's say your alliance is 150 out of 160 players in Season 1. Your leader goes in, there may probably be a map or something that'll be available to them. They select a starting zone and region in Season 2. All 150 of your players will be able to stay together because your leader pre-selected that before Season 2 started, which is what we're assuming is the process there. And then everyone will automatically go into that starting zone and region when they load into the next season, i.e. Season 2. So this, to me, is a massive win. Of course, players that are allianceless can still select any region they want. Next is information on other kingdoms will be displayed during the migration preview phase. So now they're going to be adding and giving us a little bit more info, data, context for how the other servers / other kingdoms will appear in that migration preview phase near the end of the season. I'm excited for that because I've always been a big advocate of having more information rather than less. Then we get end of season announcements for each phase to better coordinate and explain what is happening so players aren't caught off guard and they know information beforehand. Big fan of this. Then we have an improved alliance system. Alliance merit rankings will have overall and weekly merits that you'll be able to see within those alliance merit rankings. I think this is a great way to be able to keep track of activity, engagement, participation, and then what the plus minus gains are, or in this case, what the numbers of plus gains are on merits for the players involved in fighting. Then we get to almost done here. More enjoyable events, behemoth raids, cross-server event where you're forming teams from those that are in the same season. You all are going to take on behemoths. You can deploy multiple legions, and you can invite your friends. This is I mentioned this for those of you that play Infinity Kingdom. This reminds me of Titan Tula, which is where you had these 3 big spiders all around the map, and players from the entire kingdom could split up and go and join in on these joint raids with other players from the kingdom, and everyone would basically fight against these giant bosses together. So I actually like this, how they're kind of doing this MMORPG style take. However, it does start leaning more into this kingdom building mindset rather than the alliance building mindset that they kind of initially started disseminating to the populace. But I still like the direction. Then we get the new Union chat feature, dedicated chat for Union members. That's coming. Super excited about that. And then the important message reminders of important messages in your chat window, such as missed, mentions, and new messages, will have either its own UI or an area where it will ping you so that we don't miss out on those important messages. And that basically rounds it out for what we have. I kept this to about 10 minutes, so I'm going to be honest, I'm really excited. And I'm curious to see how well this TLDR video does. And again, for those of you that might have fast forward or if you missed some parts, there will be a link to that outline Word doc in the description /pinned comment. And if you'd like to see me do more of these in the future for other updates, let me know in the comments down below. And of course, as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on anything or everything we mentioned, regardless if you agree or disagree, or if you have your own take, let me know down there as well. As always, until next time, I will catch you later.